What's up, world? What's up, world? Purple Heart Boxing TV with Coach Bundy. About to hit you with another shot. Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's Sunday, the next day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had a beautiful night. Beautiful night of boxing, man. I'm talking about action-packed. We got some upsets. We about to get into it, but man, go on ahead, like, subscribe. If you ain't subscribed, go on hit that button, subscribe to the channel so you can get this fresh shit off the press, man. Man. Excuse me. Yeah, but last night was a classic. It was a classic card. We gonna dig into all the fights. This is gonna be a pretty long video. We're gonna dig into everything, man. Got posts to everything that went down. I can't say I was surprised. I nothing like that, but let's just say I was intrigued, man, with what was going on. I saw a lot of stuff. First fight, was a 135-pound lightweight step-up fight for Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz been with Bozzy and Slim, man, in the dungeon, as y'all know. So Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. I actually didn't get to really see that fight. I was on my way home, but my partner, he's telling me what's going on, why the fight's going on. Andy Cruz got the stoppage. Same glitz and fritz and flammer and glamour. You know, beautiful fight style. But they said he's turning punches over more and he's getting meaner. So, yeah, the first fight, Andy Cruz, man, it elevates him up to 6-0, moves him on. I think this was a good test for him as far as the other guy's competition. This Antonio Moran, this is the same guy Devin Haney knocked out 5 years ago. This is the last time Devin Haney ever got a stoppage. So at least we know that Andy Cruz stopped him also. Like, it would have been different if he would have went 12 with him. We'd be like, Devin stopped him 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Andy Cruz got him up out of her. We're gonna move on though. Let's move on to what I did get to see. We got David Morrell versus Hot Rod. David Morrell versus Hot Rod. I couldn't pronounce his last name. Kalazowski something. We gonna call him Hot Rod. That's what his nickname is. Hot Rod was a rangy fighter. Long, you know what I'm saying? Orthodox. We all know what David Morrell is, a athletic, power punching, southpaw Cuban, man. This is like one of his first fights I've seen that wasn't held in Minnesota. Minnesota's where he built his fan base when he came over from Cuba to the States. Yeah, so, and to be honest, I wasn't impressed. But anyway, David Morrell by unanimous decision. It was a 10-round fight. Yeah, it was a 10-round fight, man. David Morrell come out first, you know, trying to show his dominance, but I wasn't impressed, man. He was in for a good fight. I say Turkey is making these fights as 50-50 as he can when it's got to do with Riyadh season, man, and I love it. His power and explosiveness was mediocre. David Morrell. Feet was slower. He seemed average and a bit flat. Like, I wasn't seeing no crisp pop, no overwhelming power. It was his first fight moving up to 175, claiming he's chasing David Benavidez, but he'll get stopped by David Benavidez if they was to fight next. That's a fact. So yeah, I wasn't impressed. Hot Rod was catching him with straight right hands right down the middle, shook him up a few times late. You know, Morrell had never been past 4 rounds, so, and you could see it, like, the explosiveness was flat. Like I said, at overwhelming power that he got, I don't think I seen Hot Rod actually get hurt, none the whole fight. Now I did see David, you know, knock him off balance a couple times, but once he noticed his popping power wasn't there, he was pushing his punches, and a couple times it knocked Hot Rod off balance. But next, shoot, David Morrell, probably like to see him against the guy who the Mexican Monster beat last, the Ukrainian guy, former champion that lost to Benavidez and lost his title to Artur Beterbiev. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that for Morrell. Moving on. One of my favorite fights of the night, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Jared Big Baby Anderson against Martin Bakole. Oh, man. Damn. You heard me. Well, that was a heavyweight fight. Step-up fight. A lot of people didn't think Jared Anderson was ready for this type of competition. Martin Bakole said he was going to stop Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Bacole's a 6'6" monster, man, out of the Congo, based over in Scotland, beating up on them Europeans and Brits over in Scotland, man. He's a hard puncher, man. He's got one loss, and that was to Michael Hunter a few years back. But man, that dude look polished. We got Bakole by the 5th round TKO stoppage. Bakole had massive power, man. Massive power, grown man power, and his hands was way faster than they appeared. Big Baby had slow reactions. His reflexes was a little flat. Man, sloppy, lazy defense. He has no power for the heavyweight division. Still backing out, leaving out the back door with his chin up in the air. He did that several times. Not bringing his hands back up after punching. Just, you know, fighting like a lightweight. You can really tell that Jared Big Baby Anderson is training with lightweights and 140 and 135 pounders. He's training with Shakur and Ray Ford and Bud Crawford. Man, he needs to go with somebody. And he switched trainers. He switched trainers this fight. He went to Sugar Hill, Crunk Sugar Hill, and I guess got rid of his trainers from before. And you could just see it, man. The boy wasn't ready for this level of competition. First round, Bakole come out, you know, trying to get the feel, seeing what type of power Big Baby had. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby started off, you know, trying to touch the body, soften up the body, but he's giving him pop shots. You know what I'm saying? Like a lightweight, and I noticed it. Big Martin Bakole was just, he wouldn't even try to block the body shots. He was taking them right there to the sternum. And he was getting his timing down so he could counter, because Bakole is a good counter puncher. We saw that. Hands are much faster than they appear to be. Towards the middle of the first round, he started to let his shots go. He timed Big Baby Anderson leaning. Big Baby just got through rolling, and he was ready to try to lean in and shoot a body shot, and boom! One Bakole catches him with an uppercut, knocks him off balance, hurt him. catches him with a straight, double the jab up and sends it straight down the middle. Drop Big Baby, hurt him. I mean, I'm looking at his body, his physique, his face, and he was shocked. He'd never been punched like that before. You could see it. And they say, Big Baby, you got Tyson Fury ready for Deontay Wilder one of them times, and he was in camp with him. Man, you couldn't see it. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell he had that experience, because I won't say that it was a horrible fight from Big Baby, but because he did do some good work. He sent some good shots and landed some good shots, but all those mistakes from the Charles Martin fight and previous were on full display last night, like pulling back, not getting his hands up, shooting soft jabs. You gotta shoot a power jab, man. You gotta get the respect of his big Congo ape. He said he was gonna knock Big Baby out in the pre-fight warm-ups, and he delivered. So, yeah, man, as far as after the first round, it was pretty much a beating. He pretty much beat the shit out of Jared Anderson. Like, he couldn't miss him. He was hitting him with the power jab, knocking his head back. If I'm mistaken, come fourth round, fifth, he dropped him 3 times, man. Well, dropped him twice, set him right on his ass. The uppercut, he couldn't get away from that uppercut. The second knockdown, Big Baby rolled right into it, like he's rolling into it. Boom, got caught right on the chin, dropped him, almost knocked him out of the ring, man. It was ugly. It was ugly. He got beat up. Jared Anderson got beat up. He got his ass whooped last night, man. And he's gonna have to humble himself. Like his post-fight interview, he was very humble. That's what a good ass whooping do to you. But before that, he's real cocky, man. Talking about the big Congo man's skill set, everything, man. And I believe he underestimated the big boy and got punished for it. So you know, like after he got up, Martin McCauley stepped to him, walked him down, put the shots on him. He was eating Big Jared Baby's return fire. Boom, dropped him again. And after he dropped him that second time, the ref, it was a good ref, because Big Baby got up, tried to fend for himself and get this big man off of him, but it was murder, she wrote. He couldn't miss. The jab was knocking his head back. Referee jumps in, stops the fight, saved Big Baby Anderson for his first loss, first professional loss. Man, he has no power on that elite level. He's got to work on power, and he's got to work on defense, and he's got to train with bigger guys, bigger, sharper heavyweights, real ones. What's next for him? I don't know. We know Bacoli moves on, and possibly gets a loser out of one of them top heavyweights with the titles who's about to fight. Get a loser, or maybe even whoever showed the best showing against the other Big Baby, Miller, Jared Miller, and Jarrell Miller, excuse me, and Andy Ruiz. But yeah, he got beat. He got belt to ass last night. Big Baby, go hit that gym, man. Work on it. Work on a whole lot of things and come back stronger, for sure. Next fight was Andy Ruiz versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller. That's the other Big Baby. New York, Brooklyn. Andy Ruiz, first heavyweight Mexican champion, and which was a fight that I thought would be action-packed, and it was. If you watch boxing the way I watch it, a lot of people thought it was slow, lazy, but Andy Ruiz come out fresh, accurate, landing them shots. Ruiz got fast hands for the heavyweight division. If you ask me, he's got the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. Big Baby Miller started slow, very little to no output at all. Ruiz was landing some nice right hands, accurate shots. So Big Baby Miller, he gave up, what, 3-4 rounds early. He gave up like the first 4 rounds. Big Baby Miller did due to low output and a little bit of volume. If you look at the fight, you would have thought Big Baby Miller and his team, who also worked with Baziennes in the dungeon, this fight, you could see that they had somewhat of a game plan to kind of let Andy Ruiz punch himself out, gas out, started working, come round 5. Come round 5, man, Big Baby Miller picked it up. Body work turned into massive body work. Started breaking Ruiz down at the body. Ended the 5th round strong. Big Baby took over the fight, actually, after that 5th round. After the 4th round, he took over the 5th, the 6th. He picked his volume up. The pressure started getting to Ruiz. He started walking him down, body heading him. At the end of every round, 6, 7, 8, 9, he's Miller's letting off flurries at the body, shoe shining him, then going up top, boom, boom. He's hitting Ruiz with some big shots. I seen him hurt him a couple times. Andy Ruiz, his conditioning was bad. That 2-year layoff that he got was very noticeable. His condition was bad, man. Big Baby Miller swept the whole second half of the fight. If you ask me, it ended up being a draw. You know, I feel like Big Baby Miller ended strong. I feel like he won that fight, but due to losing 4 consecutive early rounds, that was non-debatable. You know what I mean? You couldn't dispute them. Those 4 rounds, those first 4 rounds that Big Baby Miller lost, you couldn't dispute them. So everything after that I feel like Big Baby won, you know, it was maybe 2, possibly 3 little swing-looking rounds that Big Baby would steal. Some of the judges will look at that as Andy Ruiz winning the round. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby gotta pick his punch output up much more earlier to win these type of fights. Overall, he had a good showing. You know, he came in much better shape. He was slimmed down. He didn't really gas out like I thought he would, like his last loss to Du Bois. It was a good fight, man. Big Baby Miller, I want to see him again. I would like to actually see him with the guy who just beat the other Big Baby, Bacoli, and then Ruiz and Big Baby Anderson. They could fight. Yeah, that's how I see it. After that, y'all know what time it was, man. Shocking to the world, to y'all. Shocking to the world. Even though I picked, it was Pitbull versus Rayo. Even though I picked Pitbull to win due to him being able to last 12 rounds with that type of pressure, that elite pressure and winging those shots, I leaned towards Pitbull, but man, I felt it as far as Rayo being able to outbox him. Man, Rayo put on a boxing clinic, man. Boxed his ears off. Pitbull couldn't really touch him. Rayo used that Philly shell at times, rolling that shoulder over, pulling that hand up on and stand on that phone. Man, Pitbull couldn't get nothing done. They came out early, first round. Pitbull came trying to establish that dominance with the pressure. Rayo, he withstood that storm and then did it with grace. You know what I'm saying? He came out boxing beautiful the second round, establishing distance, managing everything, man. Everything Everything he wanted to do was getting done. The fight Pitbull wanted to fight, Rayo took it from him. He completely nullified his strengths with a nice solid jab, the southpaw jab, bringing the straight left down the middle, bringing it around the guard, pulling Pitbull Cruz's hair guard down and nailing him around the side door with that strong left hand. Rayo found the uppercut, and that was the punch that Pitbull Cruz struggled to stay away from all night. Man, that ring generalship on Rayo gave Pitbull problems all night. He struggled all night. You know what I'm saying? He tried to pick it up later, because Rayo, after the second round, he carried him. He carried the fight all the way up into the last 2 or 3 rounds. You know, beautiful boxing, ring generalship, out punching, out landing Pitbull. Last couple of rounds, Pitbull tried to muster up some more pressure and overwhelm Rayo. Rayo got caught up in 1 or 2 firefights, got hit. His corner, Robert Garcia, hell of a coach, man, one of the best. Robert Garcia, man, told him, don't do that. Don't do that. Finish boxing, and we got this victory, and you'll be a world champion, man, in 1 or 2 rounds. And that's exactly what Rayo did, and it was beautiful. And congratulations to Rayo, Venezuela. He beat the shit out of Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? We got a new 140-pound WBA world champion, and it's Rayo, Venezuela. Good work. Leads me on to the fight of the night, the main event, the pound for pound king, Terrence Bud Crawford versus Israel Madrimov, the Dream. Good fight, man. This is Terrence Crawford's first fight at 154 pounds since undisputed at 147 with his big win over Earl Spence. Man, Bud came in there. He looked great as far as his body filling out. You could still, at round 1, I noticed how much thicker and dense Madrimov's body was to Bud's. You could tell who was the original super welterweight in there. You know, it was a tit for tat fight early. First couple rounds, I say first 4, maybe even 5 rounds, it was a lot of data being downloaded on both sides. Madrimov had a lot of upper body movement, kind of gave Bud some problems to figure out and recognize the time and manage the distance. It took Bud 4, 5, 6 rounds. I've seen Bud start to get the timing down and start taking more chances come 5th, 6th round. You know what I'm saying? He used his experience against Madrimov by letting more shots hit cleanly, because Madrimov would hit Bud with some beautiful right hands, solid ones. Boom, Bud would get hit with a good right hand and then go get his money back in 2s and 3s. Boom, boom, boom. Hook, uppercut, hook, straighten him out. Bud switched over to southpaw in the first round. I noticed that. He felt the power, and he recognized the movement of Madrimov. So he switched to southpaw. Everybody knows when he goes southpaw, that's when he's meaning business. He's trying to stop you. He couldn't get Madrimov out of there. I seen him hurt him a few times towards the end of the fight. But, man, Madrimov, he was tough, and I knew it would be tough. I didn't get to do my pre-fight breakdowns, but I have been telling a couple of my partners, man, my wife, Bud's in for a tough fight. And what this fight did for me, for the pound for pound king, was showed me he should stay the hell away from Canelo. Size factor is just different. What Canelo's been used to being hit by, size-wise, is different. What Canelo's used to hitting, as far as the size of the guys he's used to chopping down, is different. So, you know, they make weight classes for a reason. Canelo's at 168, Bud just moved up to 54, had a tough test. But the new WBA 154 super welterweight world champion, Bud Crawford, it moved him to 41-0. Snapped his knockout streak though, his 11 fight knockout streak, 7-8 years of not going the distance. He went 12 rounds, got the unanimous decision. Me myself, I seen 8-4, maybe even a 9-3. Like, I seen a lot of people in the comments and stuff on the internet, on YouTube, on Instagram, talking about Bud lost, Madrimov was robbed. Well, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Every single round was competitive. That's a high level, elite fight. But Terrence Bud Crawford made sure that he edged out each and every round, just about. Like I said, I'd give Madrimov 3, maybe 4 rounds, but Bud controlled that fight. He just didn't viciously stop him. You know, that's what we used to see in Bud get people out of there. We ain't seen him go 12 rounds since 2016. So, you know, a lot of fans, casuals, Earl Spence fans, Boots fans, or whatever, feel like Bud underperformed, but nah. Bud held his own. He did damn good against a strong, worthy, high-level opponent with over 300-something amateur fights. Just got handed his first loss, got his belt took, and the new 154 WBA world champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. You know, where do these fellas go from here? Madrimov, he had a good showing, so anybody up there in that top 5 or 154, he needs to go right at. Bud, if I was Bud, I'd go look the unified title. If the timing is right, as far as not leaving Bud in the game too long at 36, 37 years old, he can try to go undisputed this division. But, man, if I'm Bud, I'm his handlers, man, we go unified. We'll go get the win out of the Fundora. Who's Fundora fighting? Earl, whoever he fights. Bud go try to unify and bow out gracefully, man. This was a good night of fights, man. Purple Heart Boxing TV with Coach Bundy. Man, we out of here. About to hit you with another shot. We out.